Hey everyone, and an enthusiastic welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling an absolutely crucial skill, learning how to build a complete character profile in Spanish. I mean, think about it. Whether you're talking about your best friend, describing a new colleague, or even just introducing yourself, having the exact right vocabulary to paint a vivid picture of someone is just essential. So in this session, we're going to use a really simple character profile framework to help organize all this new vocabulary. We'll learn how to express not just what someone looks like on the outside, but who they truly are on the inside. Get ready, because by the end of this explainer, you are going to be building rich, detailed descriptions with total confidence.
To get us started, we really need to ask our core question. How do we actually describe someone in Spanish? Well, it's kind of a broad question, right? But the absolute best way to tackle it is systematically. We're going to learn how to describe a person from the outside in. We start right at the surface level with the visual clues everyone can see, and then we'll literally peel back the layers to describe their personality and their character. Honestly, it's a highly effective way to organize your thoughts and your vocabulary.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Before we look at specific words, we've got to understand the two main categories of description. First up, we have físicamente, which translates to physically. This covers the whole shebang regarding a person's physical appearance, their height, their build, their age, their hair type. Second, we have moralmente, which refers to moral or personality traits. This is the inner person. Understanding this foundational difference between how a person looks and who they are on the inside, that's exactly how we begin to structure our Spanish descriptions.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap for today's explainer. First, the basics of description. Second, age and height categories. Third, hair types and styles. Fourth, moral and personality traits. And finally, number 5, the complete profile.
All right, let's jump into section 1, the basics of description. So notice how descriptions almost always start with direct questions. When you want to know what someone looks like, you ask, ¿Cómo es físicamente? Which is literally, how is he or she physically? But to discover their inner personality, you ask, ¿Cómo eres tú moralmente? Meaning, how are you morally? Or, what is your personality like? Also, notice how we use the verb ser, meaning to be, for these permanent or long-lasting traits. It's a real game changer once you get the hang of it. Moving right along to section 2, age and height categories.
Let's start with age. Now, the easiest way to learn these is in contrasting pairs. We have joven for young, contrasting directly with viejo or anciano for old. But, we can be way more specific than just young and old. A child is a niño, and a teenager is an adolescente. Knowing these distinct stages helps you pinpoint exactly who you're talking about. Oh, and remember, if you're describing a woman, words like viejo and niño become vieja and niña so that they match the feminine gender.
Now, what about height? If someone stands above the rest, they are alto or tall. If they're absolutely towering, you can say muy alto or very tall. On the flip side, if they're on the shorter side, you'd use bajito. But what if they're, right in the middle? No problem, you can simply say mediana estatura for someone of medium height. And this brilliantly illustrates how we describe overall build using those same direct contrasts. A person with a robust or heavier frame might be fuerte, meaning strong, or gordo, meaning heavy. The exact opposite to those builds would be delgado or flaco, both of which basically translate to thin or skinny. Pairing these opposites up, it just makes them so much easier to pull out of your memory when you need them. Okay, section 3, hair types and styles, or tipos de pelo.
Let's zoom in on the details here and break down the different hair types so you can categorize them in a snap. For length, we have pelo largo for long hair and pelo corto for short hair. Next up is texture. Pelo lacio is straight hair, while pelo crespo means curly hair. And finally, if someone has no hair at all, the word is calvo, or bald. By mixing and matching these, like saying someone has pelo corto y crespo, you instantly create a crystal clear visual image.
While we're looking closely at the face, we absolutely must highlight facial hair options. A beard is barba, and a mustache is bigote. Now here's a crucial detail. In Spanish, when someone has these specific features, we stop using ser and we switch to the verb tener, meaning to have. So you would say, él tiene barba, he has a beard, or él tiene bigote, he has a mustache.
Let's move to section 4 and see how this builds. Moral and personality traits. So, we're transitioning from the outer physical appearance to the inner self. Let's use our contrasting pairs technique again, this time for personality types.
Someone who is super outgoing in the life of the party is extrovertido or expresivo. The direct contrast to that, being quiet or shy, is tímido. Mapping out the spectrum of human behavior like this gives you fantastic descriptive range.
Here's another really excellent spectrum: humor versus seriousness. If a person's demeanor is lighthearted and they always make you laugh, they're gracioso, or funny. But if they're a bit more solemn or intensely focused, you describe them as serio, or serious. And since these describe core parts of who someone is, we're back to pairing them with the verb ser, like saying, él es gracioso. He is funny.
Now, here's a bucket of incredibly useful, highly positive moral traits to group together in your mind. We have amable, meaning kind, agradable, for pleasant, inteligente, which, you guessed it, is intelligent, honesto, for honest, and amistoso, meaning friendly. Definitely keep these in your back pocket for when you want to describe a really good friend, a beloved family member, or a fantastic colleague.
Finally, Section 5, the complete profile. Time to put it all together.
Now, what's really interesting about this is seeing it in action. Let's put everything we've just learned to the test with 4 distinct characters from our source material: Daniel, Gustavo, Leticia, and Estella. We're going to apply our new descriptive words to build complete profiles for a couple of them right now.
Let's walk through Daniel's profile first. If we combine his height, his build, and his specific facial hair into complete sentences, we can say, él es alto y delgado. He is tall and thin. And for his facial hair, remember, we switched back to the verb tener. Tiene bigote. He has a mustache. Just like that, in 2 short sentences, we've created a highly accurate physical profile.
Next up, let's look at Leticia Reyes. We can actually craft a quick little mini narrative for Leticia by pulling together her age and hair type to solidify the lesson. So we'd say, ella es joven y rubia. She is young and blonde. And for her hair texture, tiene pelo lacio. She has straight hair. It's structural, it's highly logical, and it creates a perfect snapshot of exactly who she is.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground. We've explored how to describe the young and the old, the outgoing and the shy, from head to toe and from the inside out. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. I want you to apply this character profile framework to yourself. Look in the mirror, reflect on your own personality, and ask yourself the ultimate question. ¿Y tú, cómo eres física y moralmente? What are you like physically and morally? Try writing your own complete profile in Spanish today. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep practicing those descriptions.